We're going to bring one of my favorite dating experts back to the Grip Tight Foundation Repair Newsmaker line because there is a new thing that is hindering relationships. It's called Phubbing. And on that line is Donna Arp-Weitzman. Donna, welcome back to WHO Radio in Des Moines. How are you?
Great to talk to you, Jeff. I'm good.
So what is Phubbing? Let's just get... Exactly. What is it? What is it?
Well, phubbing is the new word. It's actually been around about 5 years, but it's really caught on here recently because it's so rampant.
Right.
It's a word. It's Phubbing, and it's for phone partner snubbing. In other words, you're looking at your smartphone rather than paying attention to your lover, your husband, wife, or friend.
Now, my wife and I have had a conversation about this, Donna. So when we go out to dinner, we'll check in. You know how you like to check in on Facebook. Hey, we're out tonight at wherever. And then that's it. That's the end of it. We put our phones away. So we had to talk about this, but it seems like since this is a problem, that this isn't being talked about in advance of dates or people just going out for dinner. Is that the problem? Lack of a communication about what rules we're going to use with our phones when we're out with each other?
Well, absolutely, and you and your wife are ahead of the game because it's very healthy. If you're going to pick up your smartphone,
right,
then it's very healthy to have had a conversation about it before you do it at dinner or on a date or even at home watching TV, because that's just as damaging to your relationship unless you've talked about it ahead of time and set some ground rules.
Why do you think, Donna, people are glancing at their phone when let's say they're out on a date, and let's say they're a couple, it's not like first date. Why are people glancing at their phone? What do you think?
Well, actually, not only what I think, but what statistics and surveys show that the average American is on their phone 150, or looking at their phone, I should say, 150 times a day. That's every 7 minutes.
Wow.
It has become... Yes, it is now a rampant addiction, just the same as alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, and on and on. And actually, there are addiction centers now that are beginning to do treatment for phone addiction.
So, first of all, I'm going to say to our listeners, we do have a winner of the tickets that I'm giving away, so you can stop calling in. Thank you. Another chance coming up soon. So Donna, is the answer to this? I suggested something that my wife and I have done because we had to. We found ourselves doing this, and we had to actually have a talk about it. Mm-hmm. Is that the key to it, is to say to your partner, look, we got to set some ground rules for this? Because as you're saying, this is an addiction 150 times a day. I'd never thought about that. But that actually makes sense to me. So it sounds like this is just something people need to talk out here.
They do. The best way to handle phubbing is to discuss it between the two of you, or to discuss it with your children, because it also is a rampant addiction with teens and also with mothers with small children that pay attention to their smartphones rather than their children, which is horribly damaging. But the best thing to talk about it with your mate or your lover or your friends is do set the ground rules. And if you're feeling rejected, if you're the phubby, the phubby. The snubby. Yeah, if you are the phubby, then and you're feeling rejected or ignored, it is okay and actually very healthy to bring it up.
Yeah.
You can talk about it and tell your companion you're feeling ignored, because you need to do that before it becomes so rampant. And so you're feeling so depressed that the relationship is damaged permanently.
Now, one of the studies that I'm looking at, Donna, says that people that have been victims of phubbing are perceiving that they report lower levels of relationship satisfaction. Is that,
correct? Do
you think because of the phubbing, or is the phubbing symptomatic of something bigger in the relationship?
I think it can go either way, but it definitely is a deterrent conversation.
Yeah.
And anytime you're not talking and listening to your companion, it's going to hurt your relationship, whether that's because you're looking at a phone or because you're fishing or you're doing something else. But this is just a handy and convenient way to, number one, it's more exciting most of the time to be, you have a secret relationship with your phone. It's between you and the device, and that's very hurtful to your companion.
Yeah, I think that's such a great point, Donna, which is like on a bigger scale, we don't get bored anymore. Like we don't allow for boredom or are quiet in our life anymore because we always have something that's entertaining and interesting in our hands, right?
That's correct. And so that's what makes it addictive, is that it just brings that level of serotonin and also dopamine, which is what makes us feel good inside our body. And if you look at the brain, you will find that when someone is talking on their cell phone or looking at their cell phone, that it raises that excitement level.
Yeah, that's a great point. That is dating expert and the author of a book called Sex and the Siren, Tales of a Later Dater, Donna Arp-Weitzman. Donna, thanks for joining me again today. We'll talk again soon.
Great to talk to you, Jeff. Keep talking to your wife and leave that phone in your pocket.
I will do it, Donna. It's definitely a lesson learned. I appreciate that very much. Coming up, we're going to get back to politics. We're going to talk about the Obamacare repeal bill and the controversy that it is engendering among conservatives on Capitol Hill and conservatives across the nation. Political analyst and friend of this program, Debbie G., is going to be joining me next. Jeff Angelo on the radio on News Radio 600 WMT and News Radio 1040 WHO.